Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Wa rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So welcome back to lesson 9 concepts of Duroos Al Lughatil-Arabiyyah. So we will continue where we left yesterday. And inshallah, I'm going to take some revision of some topics that you have learned earlier. And I'm going to further add more information to the same topics. Yes, everything is available on YouTube. So if you visit the YouTube or the recordings, the live session recordings are also available as a separate playlist. And also if you go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Arabic learner, and you go to playlist, there you will find playlist arranged in the order of lesson numbers, okay, chapter wise. So you can go to each playlist and you can see the videos. Okay, so let's go to the revision of flexibility today. And I told you that Arabic words, ism, okay, there are three categories of words, asma, the plural of ism, and they are divided into three categories. Some of them are fully flexible and we call them mu'rab or munsarif, and some are partially flexible, and in Arabic we call it as mamnu' min as-sarf. And there are some words which are non-flexible, mabni. So those who have some confusion about this topic, okay, so they have chance to understand it today. And if you have any question related to this, you can ask in the chat window. So there are three kinds of flexibilities: mu'rab munsarif, mamnu' min as-sarf, and mabni. Fully flexible, mu'rab munsarif; partly flexible, mamnu' min as-sarf; and non-flexible, mabni. And with regards to mu'rab munsarif, the ism, when it goes into the rafa status, then the ending sound of that will be un. And when the ism goes into the nasab status, the ending sound of that ism will be an. And when it goes into jar status, then the ending sound of that will be in. Okay? So when the ism is in the rafa status, that time this ism is marfu. And when it is in the nasab status, then it is in mansoob. When it is in the jar status, then it is majroor. Also, when it comes to single sign, okay, so when the ism is marfu, it ends with u sound. When it is in mansoob, it ends with a sound. And when it is in majroor, when it is majroor, then it ends in e sound. So that these are the ending sounds. These are the harakat of the ism of the last letter. Okay, so from the examples, so these are mu'rab munsarif because they change according to the status. They are very flexible. Okay, so let's see the examples. Talibun, the ending sound is un above ba. Talibun, and it is in the rafa status. Taliban, when it goes into nasab status. Talibin, when it goes into jar status. So you can call Talibun as marfu, Taliban as mansub, Talibin as majroor. Okay, so this should be very simple. Another example, Mudarrisun is marfu, Mudarrisan is mansub, Mudarrisin is majroor. Okay, the meaning is same. All of them means teacher. Talibun, Taliban, Taliban means student. The meaning is same, but the status are different. Okay, and they are changing flexibly. They are very flexible. Here it is un, here it is an, and it is in. Muslimun is marfu, Musliman is mansub, Muslimin is majroor. Okay. Mu'minun is in rafa status, Mu'minan is in nasab status, and Mu'minin is in jar status. Okay. So these are mu'rab munsarif. The ending sounds, they are very flexible when they change the statuses. Okay. These are mu'rab munsarif. Okay, let's see the second category. Mamnu' min as-sarf. Mamnu' min as-sarf. In mamnu' min as-sarf, when the ism is in rafa status, then it only takes single dhamma. When the ism is in rafa status, then it only takes single dhamma. Mamnu min as-sarf doesn't allow two dhamma. Remember this. So when it is in the rafa status, it only takes single dhamma. Okay, u only. When it is in the nasab state, then it only takes single fatha. An is not allowed here. An is not allowed. Only a is allowed. And when it goes into jar state, then it only takes single fatha again. It only takes single fatha again. Okay? So in nasab, it is taking single fatha. In jar, it is again taking single fatha. Only in rafa status, it takes single dhamma. That is why these are partly flexible. So in nasab and jar, they remain same. They do not change. Okay, that's why these are called partly flexible. Okay. Now, these partly flexible asma, they never take tanween as their last sound, as their ending sound. They never take tanween. Okay. And this rule is irrelevant for the word that have attached al. Okay. This rule is not relevant for those asma that has attached al. Understood? Okay, so these are partly flexible. Let's see their examples. Okay. So partly flexible are all feminine proper names. They are partly flexible. So all the names of women and girls, they are partly flexible. All feminine proper names are partly flexible. Okay. Let's see the examples. Aminatu, Aminata, Aminata. So in the rafa status, Aminatu will be taking Dhamma as its ending sound. In the Nasab status, Aminata taking Fatha as the ending sound. And in the Jar status, it is taking again Fatha as the ending sound. So Aminatu is Marfu, Aminata is Mansub, and Aminata again is also Majroor. So when you see Aminata in a sentence, then it could be either Nasab or it could be Jar. So when you look at the sentence, then you will identify, okay, it is Nasab or Jar, looking at the place where this word is coming. That's how you will identify. Okay. So not feminine proper names do not take tanween. Remember this, okay? Another example, Zainabu, Zainaba, Zainaba. Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama. Okay? So these are all partly flexible, all feminine proper names. Right? This you already know, and I have already covered this in, I believe, in the concepts of lesson 4. But I'm going to add more today, inshallah, in this category of partly flexible. Now let's look at the second type of partly flexible, masculine proper names that end with ta marbuta. Masculine proper names that end with ta marbuta. These are also proper names, but they end with ta marbuta, okay? And they are partly flexible. So for example, Hamza, Hamza is the name of a person. Hamzatu, Hamzata, Hamzata. It is ending with ta marbuta. Okay, so Hamzatu is marfu, Hamzata is mansub, and also in majroor, it's called Hamzata. Muawiyatu, Muawiyata, Muawiyata. Talhatu, Talhata, Talhata. Usamatu, Usamata, Usamata. So all these are partly flexible. So whenever you see a partly flexible proper name of a person is coming and it is the name of a male person, but it ends with ta marbuta, so know that it will not take tanween and it will be partly flexible. Okay, understood? Now I'm going to add new thing which was not mentioned before in lesson number 11 when I was covering this topic. So partly flexible are also names of the places. Partly flexible are also names of the places, names of the cities, names of the countries, okay? They are also partly flexible, except there are some exceptions, okay? And exceptions will be mentioned to you whenever you will go through it, okay? So let's see few examples of names of places. Makkatu, it's the name of a city. You will never call it as Makkatun. No, that is wrong. It is Makkatu. So when Makkah, the name city and the name of the city Makkah, when it is in the status of Rafa, it is Makkatu. It is Makkata when it is in Nasab, and it is Makkata when it is in Jar status. So Makkatu is Marfu, Makkata is Mansub, and Makkata is Majroor. Okay? Then Yathribu. What is Yathribu? Yathribu is the name of the city Madinah Al Munawwarah. Okay? The city Madinah Al Munawwarah, its original name was Yathrib. Remember this. The original name of this city was Yathrib. But when Prophet ﷺ came and he did hijrah to this city, in the city of Yathrib, Then after that, the city became popular with the name of Madinah Al Munawwarah. Actually, the meaning of word Madinah, Madinatun, the meaning of the word Madinah, Madinatun, means city. The actual literary meaning of this word Madinah or Madinatun means city. Okay, so Madinatul Munawwaratu means the illuminated city. Okay, the illuminated city. You can say that. So that this city became popular with this name. Now everyone calls it as Madinatul Munawwarah. So this is the name of, this is the original name of that city. Yathribu, Yathriba, Yathriba. Then Pakistan. So in Pakistan, you write Pakistan with P. But as you have seen in Arabic, out of 28 letters, there is no letter which can be pronounced as P. So they use ba instead of that. Whenever there is some foreign word which is out of Arabic, which is not part of Arabic, and it contains the sound P, so the Arabic people, they use the word ba in place of P. So Pakistanu, Pakistana, Pakistana, because it's the name of a country. Okay. Barisu, again, it's the name of a city. Paris, okay. Barisu, Barisa, Barisa. It's the name of a city. Okay. So these are also partly flexible. These are also partly flexible. Okay, another, okay, let's see the exceptions now, especially when it comes to the names of the places. Let's see the exceptions. Now there are, I told you that in general, the names of the places are mamnu' min as-sarf. It's partly flexible, but there are exceptions. So let me talk about exceptions. The country name of Iraq, it's in Arabic, it's called Al-Iraq. And I told you mamnu min as-sarf is invalid when the words come with al. When the words to whom al is attached, mamnu min as-sarf is not valid for those words. Now certain countries are attached with al. Now why these are attached with al? There is no reason for that. This is how the Arabic scholars or the Arabic people, they took those country names with al. Why they took it with al, we don't know. It's coming on is from generations and generations. So al-Iraqu is, since it is with al, so it is not partly flexible. And also in Arabic, you will not call Iraq only. You'll always call al-Iraqu. In common talking, people might say Iraq, 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 like that. But in the actual pure Arabic, people will not call it just Iraq. They will call al-Iraq. Okay, they'll call al-Iraq. So al-Iraqu, so since al is there, it is no more mamnu min as-sarf. It will be fully flexible. Al-Iraqu, al-Iraqa, and al-Iraqi. It is fully flexible. In nasab, it became al-Iraqa. In jar, it became al-Iraqi. Okay. In the same way, so this is the name of the country. Okay. Al-Hindu, this is the name of a country. India, in Arabic, it's called Al-Hind. Okay, Al-Hind. And when it is in the status of Rafa, then it is Al-Hindu. Why it is this is taken as Al-Hind? This is again, this is how Arabic people have taken Al-Hindu, Al-Hinda, Al-Hinda, which means India. Al-Qahiratu. This is the name of a city and it's the capital of Egypt, Cairo. In English, people call it as Cairo. Al-Qahiratu, Al-Qahirata, Al-Qahirata, Al-Qahirati. Okay? Al-Qahiratu, Al-Qahirata, Al-Qahirati. It's fully flexible because there is al with these names. Al-Iraqu, Al-Hindu, Al-Qahiratu, like that. So all these are fully flexible, though they are names of the places or country. Okay. Now, also, there are some words which are only three-letter words. There are some words which are only three-letter words, but the middle letter, it takes sukoon. When the middle letter takes sukoon, so they are also fully flexible. So for example, Lutun, Lutan, Lutin. Actually, this topic, I will repeat it again. Nuhun, Nuhan, Nuhin. Adnun, Adnan, Adnin. This topic, just for your knowledge, keep it with you, because there is another slide which I will be taking on later on as a part of partly flexible, which means names from other languages. So these names are not part of Arabic language. Lut, Nuh, all these names are not part of Arabic language. They have been taken from other languages. Though its name, Lut is the name of prophet, Nuh is the name of prophet, but these belongs to Hebrew language. Okay, so they are taken from other languages. So these are exceptions. Now, partly flexible or mamnu' min as-sarf are also those ism that comes on the wazn of fa'lan. Now, what is wazn? What is wazn? Now, you will learn this later on. You can say that wazn means a pattern. A pattern. So something that's, now time being, you just assume that some word that sounds like fa'lan. So this word fa'lan, something that sounds like fa'lan, assume that. Now you will, inshallah, after a few chapters only, you will be learning what is wazn. You will go into the, inshallah, you'll be taught in detail what is wazn, okay? But time being, just remember that fa'lan is, just remember with the sound itself, fa'lan, that's how it sounds, fa'lan. So kaslan is like fa'lan, fa'lan, kaslan. Only thing is, letter fa is replaced by kaf, letter ain is replaced by sin, and letter lam is again lam, same here, and rest of the things are same. Okay, so only this, it's similar to this. So these words are also partly flexible. What is the meaning of kaslanu? Kaslanu means lazy. Kaslanu means lazy. You can write it down in your notes. Kaslanu means lazy. Okay? Kaslanu, kaslana, kaslana. So when it is in the status of nasab, it is kaslana. When it is in the status of jar, again it is kaslana. So kaslanu is marfu, kaslana is mansub, and also kaslana is majrur. Okay? In the same way, jaw'anu. Again, see, fa is replaced by jim here. Letter fa is replaced by jim here. Ain is replaced by waw here. And lam is replaced by ain here. The rest of the thing is same. Alif and noon is same. Alif and noon is same. So it's similar to this. It's on this pattern. Fa'lan is a name of a pattern. So these words are all coming in this pattern. Remember this. So jaw'an means hungry. Jaw'anu means hungry. Jaw'anu, jaw'ana, jaw'ana. Jaw'anu means hungry. Brothers and sisters, are you understanding or not? Please confirm to me. Are you understanding or not? If not, then please let me know. Are you? Did you understood this pattern? What is pattern? Okay. Okay. So I also yes. Okay. So jaw'anu means hungry. Okay. Atshanu, again same thing. Ain, fa kalima is replaced by ain. Ain kalima is replaced by ta. And lam kalima is replaced by sheen. And rest of the things are same. Atshanu, atshan means thirsty. Atshan means thirsty. Atshanu, atshana, atshana. Okay? Atshanu, atshana, atshana. Ghadabanu. Fa kalima is replaced by ghain. Ain kalima is replaced by dad. And lam kalima is replaced by ba. And rest of the things are same. Fa'alan, ghadaban, same pattern. Fa'alan, ghadaban. What is the meaning of ghadaban? It means very angry. Not just angry, very angry. Okay? Ghadabanu means someone who's very angry. Okay? Ghadabanu, ghadabana, ghadabana. Okay? Ghadabanu, ghadabana, ghadabana. Kaslanu means lazy. Jaw'an means hungry. Atshan means thirsty. Ghadban means very angry. Okay? All these are partly flexible. So how many mamnu min as-sarf you have learned today? Feminine proper names are all mamnu min as-sarf. You knew this already. Masculine proper names which end with ta marbuta, okay, they also are partly flexible. And names of places, okay, these are also what? Partly flexible, except there are some exceptions. And words on the pattern of fa'alan. Yes, anything to do with fa'alan? Yes, sister. So they all will support this. Okay. So now these are the things, but there are more partly flexible, more mamnu min as-sarf, which will be taught to you very soon, inshallah. Okay, more will be coming. So today you learned 2 types of them. So more will be coming, inshallah, in the future. Okay, 1 minute. So there is some annotations I have to disable. Okay. What's this? So okay. Now we will see mabni, something which are not flexible at all. Okay. Yeah, I have taken many examples, Sister Shazia Tariq. If you have gone through the slides, Osama, Talha, okay, all these examples, maybe you joined late, so you can search for other examples also. Muawiyah, all these are masculine proper names. So maybe you joined late, so you have not seen the slide, okay? Now, Mabni, Ismul Ishara, all Ismul Ishara are Mabni, they are non-flexible. So whether they are in the status of Rafa, Nasab or Jar, they will remain like that. So Hada, Hada, Hada. Even Haza is in Rafa status, it is Hada. Nasab status, it is Haza. It is Jar status, it is Haza. But positionally, it can occupy any position. It can be in the position of Nasab, it can be in the position of Jar, but it will not change the sign. In the same way, Zalika, in the same way, Hadihi, in the same way, Tilka, in the same way, Ha'ulai, in the same way, Ulaika. All these are Ismul Ishara. They are all Mabni. All these are Ismul Ishara. They are all Mabni. Okay? So all Ismul Ishara are Mabni. Now damair, all damair are also mabni, but in a different way. Okay. Now who will tell me which damir is marfu in the status of rafa and which damair are in the status of nasab and jar? Who can tell me? We are taking this in every class. Whenever I start my slides, I take this. You can type your answers in the chat window. Munfasil are marfu and muttasil attached are, yes, muttasil are either mansoob or majroor. Well done. MashaAllah. So huwa is rafa, who. These are the attached pronouns. These are attached dhamaya. Huwa, hu, huma, huma, hum, hiya, ha, huma, hunna. Anta, ka. Antuma, kuma. Antum, kum. Anti, ki. Antuma, kuma. Antunna, kunna. Ana, ya mutakallim. Nahnu, na. Okay? You have to remember this. So these are all attached pronouns, muttasil, and these are munfasil. So all munfasil are always rafa. All munfasil are always rafa. All muttasil are either nasab or jar. Okay, these are damair. These are damair. Now those ism that ends with alif maksura, which is written in the form of like letter ya without the two dots below it, or alif. Any ism that ends with alif or alif maksura, that is also mabni, which is non-flexible. For example, Musa, okay, Isa, Zakaria, Hudan, all these are mabni. Okay, mabni means non-flexible. All these are mabniyun. Okay, so these are, so the ending sounds do not change in mabni. All ismul ishara are mabni. All damair are mabni, but in a different way. And those ism that ends with alif or alif maksura, they are mabni. And more is yet to come. Okay. So these are mabni. Now, yesterday I was talking about Jumla Fi'liya. Then I remembered, I looked at my old slides. I don't know why I inserted these Jumla Fi'liya slides in this. And I realized I already explained to you fail, file, and those things. No problem. But I will just take an example here because there will be similar examples coming in this lesson number 9. So suppose someone asks, Aina Yasirun, where is Yasir? So you can say any answer. So let's say someone says, he left. He left. Kharaja. That's his answer. He left. It's complete answer. It's just complete answer. It's completing the sense. So this itself is a jumla. This itself is a jumla. Kharaja. He left. Okay, he exited. He left. This itself is a jumla. And what kind of jumla is this? This is what kind of jumla? Kharaja. What kind of? Fi'liya. Yes. It is jumla fi'liya. So kharaja is itself is fi'l. And what is the fa'il here? Who is the doer? Kharaja is a fi'l. What is the fa'il? Yes, everyone is saying he. Yes, but you will say fa'il is hidden, mustatir. Fa'il is hidden. He is part of the fi'l. It is hidden in this. You will not say he here. You'll say it is, yes, it is he. Yes, you are right. the file is huwa. That is true. But it's better to say mustatir, means it is hidden. Okay? It is hidden. So kharaja is having. So remember, brothers and sisters, when it comes to third person, third single person, the file is either mustatir, either hidden, or it comes after the fi'l. I'm just talking about singular third person. Singular third person. Kharaja means he left. So if there is no name mentioned after kharaja, that means the file is hidden. It is mustatir. But if there is a name mentioned after that, then that becomes the file. In the same way, if it is related to a girl, so what you will say? Kharajat. Again, third person, singular, feminine. Kharajat. So what is failure? Kharajat is failure. And what is file? If there is a name of a girl coming after kharajat, if I say kharajat aminatu, then it is file. But if nothing is coming, then that is mustatir. File is hidden, mustatir. Okay? Remember this, brothers and sisters. This was explained to you earlier, but inshallah, I will be repeating again. Inshallah, next in lesson 11, we will be discussing more about fail. Okay? Now, today you are going to learn a very new topic. Ismul Mausool wa Silatul Mausool. Ismul Mausool wa Silatul Mausool. Okay, just focus carefully. You know that in Quran you are reading and you have gone through such words, alladhina, alladhi, all those words. These are alladhi, allati, alladhina. All these are Ismul Mausool. All these are Ismul Mausool. Alladhi is used for masculine things or masculine people. Allati is used for feminine. Allati is used for feminine. So these are used for both aqil and ghair aqil. Aqil and ghair aqil. Alladhi, allati. I'm only taking singular forms of this in this because in this book the author only introduced the singular form of Ismul Mausool. Okay, these are Ismul Mausool, which means which or that. So in the sentence you will understand. Okay, in the sentence you will understand. Now it is all this word alladhi or allati, it is followed by some description. It is always after this, always some description is coming. So when I want to say, I saw a man who was standing. I saw a man who was standing. So I saw a man. What kind of man? Who is alladhi here? Standing is the description of that man. Standing is the description of man. Understood, brothers and sisters? I saw a man who is alladhi, and standing is a description here. Okay, so that is called Silatul Mausool. That is called Silatul Mausool. Okay, sister Rubina Bhatt, I will take another example. The pen which is on the table is broken. The pen which is on the table is broken. So in this sentence, the pen which means alladhiya, which alladhiya on the table, and so which is describing, which is being described by more words. What kind of pen? Which is on the table. So on the table is the description, further elaboration of which. The further elaboration of which. So on the table is Silatul Mausool. Is Silatul Mausool. Okay? Understood? Is broken is the khabar, you can say. Understood, sister Rubina? Understood or not? Or shall I type and show you as an example? Okay, fine. So you understood, then I will not. Otherwise, I was going to share word and I was going to type. Fine. Now, Ismul Mausool is always ma'rifa. This is the rule. Alladhi, allati, and all kinds of Ismul Mausool, they are always ma'rifa. Why? Because what is ma'rifa? Ma'rifa means definite. So when you are using a word which in a sentence like the pen which is on the table is broken. So which is again talking about specific thing. That's why alladhi, allati, and such words are always ma'rifa. Okay, they are always ma'rifa. Understood or not? Now, as I mentioned, these are used for both aqil wa ghair aqil. What are aqil? Who will tell me the answer? From the new students, please. What are aqil? What are the asma that are aqil? Aqil, the one that have intelligence. What are those? What kind of aqil? There are three categories I told in Arabic, which are aqil. Yes, human? No. Animals are not aqil, brother. Okay, there are three makhluk. There are three creations of Allah that are aqil. Remember this, according to Arabic scholars. There are three makhluk. There are three creations of Allah that are aqil. What are they? Human beings, angels, and jinn. Human beings, angels, and jinn. Human being, angel, and jinn. Remember this. Rest, everything is ghair aqil. Rest, everything is ghair aqil. Okay? Fine? Rest, everything is ghair aqil. I'm asking about aqil and ghair aqil. Okay? So understood? So these are used for aqil as well as ghair aqil. Normally, if you see in English language, when you study grammar, you talk about animate things and non-animate things. I think something like that, like things and humans and animals as separate. But here in Arabic, they talk about aqil and ghair aqil. Now, most of the time, this alladhi acts like a naat. It acts like a naat. How? I will show you in the example. Now, you know naat. What is naat? What is naat? You have been learning naat all this time, naat manut. What is naat? Can anyone explain? Yes, sifat. What is sifat? Yes, adjective, fine. Okay, it is this characteristic. Yes, that is right. It is the quality, attribute. Okay, attribute of a thing. Okay, so that is naat. So alladhi is always a naat. So for example, I gave the example, most of the time it is not always, most of the time it is not. For example, I give you the pen which is on the table is broken. So here I am saying which is alladhi, the pen which. So which is a naat of pen, which is the naat of pen. What kind of pen? Specific pen. So the attribute or the characteristic of the pen is described, okay, by which, okay, and it is explained in the Silatul Mausool. You will know it from the example. Sometimes this alladhi allati comes as mudaf ilay, but you will not know, you will not get this example in this book, inshallah. But sometimes it comes as mudaf ilay. So don't worry about this last point, but this is for your general knowledge. Okay, because inshallah you will be seeing the Quran, and in Quran sometimes you may see such examples. Okay, let me go into the example of Ismul Mausool, Silatul Mausool. الطالب الذي خرج من مكتب المدير من الهند. الطالب الذي خرج من مكتب المدير من الهند. Looks very complicated, but you will understand it, brothers and sisters. الطالب, the student, الذي. I'm talking about student. So I will say the student who, kharaja min maktabil mudir. Maktab means office. Okay. Maktab also means office. Okay. So kharaja min maktabil mudiri, okay, who left from the office of principal, who left from the office of principal. The student who left from the office of principal, Minal Hindi, is from India. Is from India. Understood? The student who left from the office of principal is from India. Okay? For the new students, have you understood this sentence? The student who left from the office of principal is from India. Now, why it is not? This, I said this is not. Most of the time, this is not. At-talibu. What kind of talibu? Allazi, who. So this is not of talib. This is not of talib because talib is further described. Okay? It is, and man'ut is at-talib. Understood, brothers and sisters? Man'ut is at-talib. And what is the alladhi describing further? Kharaja mina, what kind of student? The one who left from the office of principal, not any student, a specific student who left from the office of principal. So this is Silatul Mausool. This is Silatul Mausool. This is Ismul Mausool. This is Silatul Mausool. This is Ismul Mausool. This is Silatul Mausool. Brothers and sisters, is it confusing? Minal Hindi is from India. Is it confusing? Okay. So fine. Okay. I will take another example. This example was for at-talibu. What is at-talibu? Is he aqil or ghair aqil? At-talibu is aqil or ghair aqil? This is aqil. Okay. I will take an example of ghair aqil. You will understand, inshallah, from this. Another example. الكتاب الذي على المكتب للمدرس. الكتاب الذي على المكتب للمدرس. What is the meaning of this? The book which is on the table is of the teacher or belongs to the teacher. The book which is on the table is of teacher or belongs to the teacher. See, imagine if there is no Ismul Mausool or Silatul Mausool, still the meaning of sentence is complete. Still the meaning of sentence is complete. If you just ignore this part, if you just ignore this part, if you just ignore this part, let's say, just ignore this part. Al-Kitabu lil-Mudarrisi. What does it mean? The book belongs to the teacher. In the same way, if you just ignore this part, At-Talibu min al-Hindi, the student is from India. It makes complete sense. But Alladhi is further describing it. Okay, it is further explaining it. So this is the role of Alladhi. This is Ismul Mausool. Like in English language, in common, we always say that. Okay. For example, here the book. What kind of book belongs to Mudarris? The book which is on the table, not any book. The book which is in the bag, the book which is in the window, the book which is lying down. I'm not talking about other books. I'm talking about a particular book. The book which is on the table, on the desk, not on the desk, belongs to the teacher. So Alladhi is Ismul Mausool, which means which. And it is the further description of the book. It's not of kitab, al-kitab. Yes, it is specific. It's specifically identifying the person or the object. Yes, you can say that. It's showing the characteristics of the object, the characteristic of the object. Book which, Talib who, not who in the form of question. Talib who means who used to describe further. Okay, so that's why it is not. That's why it is not. For example, if I say Al-Kitabul Jadidu, the further characteristic of book is it is new book. Al-Kitabul Jadidu, new book, the new book. In the same way, Al-Kitabu which, the book which. So this is not of the book. Okay. Okay, yes. Yes, brother, Maktab means office as well as Maktab means the desk also. Okay, Maktab means the desk also. Is this clear or not, brothers and sisters? There were few people who asked me, Sister Khadira, Sister Rubina, they asked me to repeat. Is it clear or no? Sure, don't say hesitatingly that yes, sir, it is clear. If not, let me know. I will type it and clear now. Okay. Alhamdulillah. I expect the old students. Okay, Al Maktabi Silatul Mausool, sister. So there are two parts of this. There is Ismul Mausool and Silatul Mausool. So when you are saying the book which, so you have to talk about that, no? So you will not just stop there, the book which belongs to the teacher. You will not say that. So you'll further describe it. So you'll further describe the which, right? So in the same way, the student who, so you will further describe who, what kind of student, which student, the talibul ladhi, the one who left from the office of the principal, that student. That's a further description of Ismul Mausool. So this is called Silatul Mausool. This is called Silatul Mausool. Understood, Sister Nahida? Okay. Inshallah, we will take so many examples that this will become perfect today, inshallah, if we have time. Otherwise, in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class, it will become perfect. Inshallah, I'm confident. Yes, the analysis is coming. Siraj, analysis is coming. Don't worry. There are too many examples of analysis. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So here, when it is coming in the for aqil, it is meaning who here. When it is coming for ghair aqil, it means which here, alladhi. Okay, Ismul Mausool will mean, it will mean who when it comes to aqil, and it will mean which when it comes to ghair aqil. Okay. Alladhi is not of its previous thing, the one for which alladhi is used. So here alladhi is used for al-kitab. So it is al-kitab is the man'ut. Here alladhi is used for at-talib. So at-talib is the man'ut. Yes, alladhi is not. Okay, sisters? I hope it answers your question. Okay. Another example. من الولد الصغير الذي من الولد الصغير الذي خرج? Who is the boy? Who is the small boy who left? Who is the small boy who left? So this is a question. لمن القلم الذي على المكتب? Okay. Whose pen which is on the desk? Whose is the pen which is on the desk? Okay. لمن القلم الذي على المكتب؟ المدرس الذي جلس على الكرسي جديد. The teacher who sat on the chair is new. Not any teachers. The teacher who sat on the chair is new. Remember, brothers and sisters, when alladhi comes, it is always followed by Silatul Mausool. Alladhi is Ismul Mausool, it is always followed by Silatul Mausool. So if you remove alladhi and Silatul Mausool, still the sentence makes sense. So if I cancel this, al-mudarrisu jadidun, so it means the teacher is new. But you are not talking about any teacher, so you are further explaining about the teacher. That's why we are using Ismul Mausool and Silatul Mausool. So here I am saying al-mudarrisu alladhi jalasa ala al-kursiyi jadidun. The teacher who sat on the chair is new. So alladhi is not of what? What is the man'ut here? What is the man'ut here? Yes, al-mudarrisu is the man'ut. And what is Silatul Mausool? What is Silatul Mausool? Complete thing is the Silatul Mausool. Alladhi jalasa, not just sat. Sat where, so this whole thing is describing Alladhi. Jalasa alal kursi, who sat on the chair. Jalasa alal kursi, who sat on the chair. That becomes Silatul Mausool. Jadidun. Okay? Okay, explain this. Tell me the meaning of this sentence. Type the meaning of this sentence. Al-Wazir means minister. Al-Wazir means minister. Tell me the meaning of this sentence. Tell me the meaning of this. The big house which is on the street is of the minister. Yes. Well done. Okay. So now tell me, I want answers from the new students. From the new students. So old students request you to please resist your the big house which is on the street is of the minister. Yes. So please resist yourself. I know you are eager to reply, and I know you know the answer. But for the new student, can you tell me what is man'ut here for allazi? Allazi is not. What is man'ut? If new students will reply al-baytu. So one sister replied, al-baytu is the man'ut of allazi. Another brother wrote, Shu'aib, he wrote Baitul, al-Baitul Kabiru, he's saying. Any other answer? So one sister wrote, al-Kabiru is the man'ut. That's all from the new students? Okay. So there are some saying al-Baitu, some saying al-Baitul Kabiru, some saying only al-Kabiru. Okay, now I want from the old students. I'm talking about Man'ud sister. Al-Baitu, Al-Baitu, Al-Baitu. Well done. Why Al-Baitu is Man'ud? And why not Al-Kabiru is Man'ud? And why not Al-Baitu Al-Kabiru is Man'ud? Anyone can reply? See, you know Arabic grammar, you know English grammar, adjective. What is Al-Baitul Kabiru? First of all, tell me, what is Al-Baitul Kabiru? What kind of combination is this? Just forget about Allazi. What is the combination Al-Baitul Kabiru? The big house, yes, the big house. But what kind of combination is there? You see, it is not Manut. And what is not here and what is Manut here, sister? What is not here and what is Manut? Kabir is not. That is right. Al-Kabiru is not. Al-Kabiru is not. And Al-Baitu is Man'ud. Al-Baitu is Man'ud. So this, you cannot have another Nath to another Nath. You cannot do that. Nath always goes to the, see, there is, you cannot have a characteristic of a characteristic. You cannot have an adjective of an adjective. You cannot have that. It has to be adjective of a noun, right? Small boy. You cannot say small, tall. Can you say that? You cannot say that. So al-kabiru no, cannot be a man'ut at all because it is already naat. Al-kabiru is already naat. So al-kabiru is naat of al-baytu. Al-ladhi is also naat of al-baytu. So there are two naat here. There are two naat here. I told you when I explained you naat manut, that naat manut can come with distance also, means there can be words in between, and it can come later in the sentence also. It doesn't have to be necessarily next to each other. This I mentioned. If you look at my slide, when I was explaining naat manut, and also I told that there can be multiple naat for the same manut. There can be multiple naat for the same manut. Okay, so I can say that a beautiful tall girl. I can say that. So there are two naat here. Beautiful is again naat, and tall is also naat, and girl is man'ut. Understood, brothers and sisters? In the same way, the big house, big is already naat of al-baytu, and allazi, the big house, which, allazi, which, that is also naat of al-baytu, which means again it is describing fish shari, which is on the street, which is on the road. So what is Silatul Mausool here? What is Silatul Mausool here? Fish shari. Excellent, sister. Fish shari. Yes, fish shari. Lil Waziri is the khabar, okay? Lil Waziri. I think a lot of people are lost. I want whoever have not understood, I want you to frankly mention on the Telegram channel. I want to see how many people have not understood this topic. I want to see the percentage. Those who have not understood this topic, please just write one sentence on Telegram group. I have not understood Ismul Mausool. That's all. I will repeat the topic, explaining you in a different way tomorrow in that case. But if I do not see any response coming on the Telegram group, then I will not repeat and explain it again tomorrow. Okay, so here I end my class. Please look at this video again if you have not understood. Otherwise, type on tomorrow. Inshallah, tomorrow it will be clear. Okay, inshallah. Fine. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today it's late, so inshallah we'll take it again tomorrow. We'll repeat this topic tomorrow.